Hi guys, this is Vanessa Urban Tarot Goddess, and today I am going to do a reading on Mr. Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton was a Black Panther. He's like a leader figure in the Black Panther. He was very charismatic, very strong man. His life was taken during a raid that the government, police department had intruded on. He was asleep when it happened, and he was killed while he was asleep, along with his pregnant girlfriend at the time. Very sad story. He was young, I want to say 23, I'm guessing. He was a very young guy at the time of his death. He was actually making some moves, changing how things was, making a big impact, I should say. I'm just going to start with that. The first thing I want to ask, I need to ask permission first. All right, it's a big yes. He loves to talk. He loves to say stuff. He has a lot to say, actually. He communicates a lot through symbolism. And I know there's a movie coming out about him, so he knows there's a movie coming out about him. So let's start with, what type of person was Fred Hampton? Okay. First thing that came out was that he was a natural born leader. Fred Hampton was a natural born leader. King of Wands. Could change things, could make things move. Almost like a magician in a way. A person that worries. He changed things a lot. He changed them, so he wasn't always like that. However, he was never a follower. Let's get that straight. He was never a follower. He was always the person who lead people to where they need to go. There's many a paths that he could have taken. What type of person was Fred Hampton? Generous, very creative. He had an old soul, as if he'd been here before. Like, once he got on Earth, he knew exactly what to do. A protector. A protector. Okay. Something about police. We're not on that yet, but it's communicating something about police officers. Okay, I'm going to pull one card about what he's trying to say about the police. Okay. Conflict with police. Okay. As we know, he died because of conflict with police officers. He had passed. He was threatened a lot of times, messed with, pretty much warned. Okay. What do he think about what happened to him? What does he think about that led up to his death? If I'm asking that correctly. How did he feel about the events leading up to his death? Cards are just popping out. Okay. meeting with a mentor or some type of teacher, someone he worked with, that was older or he looked up to. He's planning on, this card right here keeps popping out, transition. He's planning on moving. I don't know, he's like moving to a different house, different neighborhood or something like that. Some trickery was going on, mind tricks. I feel like he's going to go do something and didn't go do it, so he just went home, went to sleep. Like it was like plotted. A lot of the Black Panthers or Black leaders' deaths were plotted. Infiltration going on. Persistent. Guard. Being on guard. Thinking quick. Okay. Very smart man. Yeah. He said he's communicating that he was killed only because he was making a way for his people. He was making changes. The government felt the changes and they wanted to get rid of him. However, there was some trickery going on in his camp. Infiltration. He was on guard. He felt like he knew, but he just didn't know who or what or when. So there's a lot going on with that. What were you doing on the day of your death? Besides sleeping. I know he was asleep. 2, 3, 4. They knew that he was going to be home. He was going to be home. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was happy on that day, actually. He was happy around that time. He was very balanced energy. I might have to research this part, but I think he had a run-in with the law. If not that day, very recently. Like I said, corruption going on. He knew something was going to happen. I feel like he was either warned that day or along sometime that week or month that something would happen to him. Yeah, he around a teacher. Someone, a partner or someone that was around him that was older, that would tell him things, that would kind of guide him. Never worked alone. But he was just a forefront guy. Tower car, something that cannot be reversed. Is going to happen anyway. Very observing, cautious person. He was very observant that day. And the world pretty much changed after that. Okay. So let's get a little positive. I'm going to go back to some other questions, but I'm going to ask this. What does he think about the movie? I want to say Judas and the Black Messiah. What does he think about that movie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. 10. Okay. I'm not getting any positive vibes off of this. We gotta see who the director of the movie is. He feel like the movie won't tell the full story. It's like someone else is telling the story for him. However, the movie will be a success, he said. Yeah, imagination, people using what they think happened in the movie, kind of like how it went along. Only he knows the truth, and who were involved knows the truth. It's just, to him, it's just a movie, pretty much. It's nothing like wow. People will enjoy it and share it and things like that. Yeah, it's not a big deal to him. So he's like, go on with that movie. What does he think about the world today? 1, 2, 3, 4. What does he think about how America is today? Specifically his area, but overall, what does he think about it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You think people are being lied to? There's really no difference of what happened. Now they just found new ways to do it. A very unstable community. Very unstable. A lot of people are being tricked. Fool card, foolery going on, just the same BS in his mind. He wants people to follow the money. Follow the money, and his community has a lack of it. Which makes it hard for them to even travel that far, like following what's going on. If you don't have the necessity, 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to find out what's really going on behind the curtains, because you don't have the necessities or the tools to even get there. 2. Yeah. There's certain people in America that are celebrating things that you might not think. Okay. It's using very old terms like back in the day. Like how you would, how can I explain this? It doesn't affect you, but it affects you. It's an indirect thing, but it's directly affecting you type of thing. But you don't see it. Because, you're too busy worrying about other things in your own life that you don't see what the government's doing. You want people to be wise. You want people to use their wisdom. Okay. He say women are good leaders. Women are very good leaders. More female leaders will come up in life. I'm asking one last question. Again, I do not like to hold spirits that are on the other side too long, because I know they have other work to do. Your work does not stop just because you're gone off of Earth. You still have other things you need to do. I ask one more question. How does he feel about the presidential election? See, you might not pull much from that because, again, they're from the other time, but we'll see what he's going to say. He said people are voting or deciding, I should say, on certain government officials due to fear of change. And that goes for all races. However, there's something new coming. The way things are handled in the government, new things are happening. You want people to start rethinking how they decide on government officials. Overall, it's just be smart. Just enjoy life, he's saying, because you can't really change anything that's going to be set in stone anyway. America pretty much have probably 20 years planned out above us of how things should go. This is why it's the same. It seems to be the same, and when it changes, it meant to change because 20 years ago, this is what they planned anyway. And they're going to make sure it goes that way. Okay. It's tired. I'm tired. Okay. Yeah, America has a plan because they don't want failure. So, they have a lot of financial failures, but again, it's all about planning and thinking of things. You know, just trying to make things happen the way they want it to happen. America is a big planner, pretty much. Okay, I want to thank the Fred Hampton energy. I have to say the Florence Ballard reading with the Supremes. I had to wait a minute because she sucked up all the battery out of my card. I had to go get a whole new card. Yeah, so it took me a minute to come back on. When you know, you know. So I will see you guys again. Thank you and have a good day. Please like and subscribe.